Welcome to the OTech Talks podcast, where it's all about working on technologies. You will hear the latest tech information, and your host, Kashif Manzoor, brings together product overviews, how-tos, best practices, tips and tricks, and troubleshooting techniques.
Morning, this is Kashif Manzoor with the new podcast on otechtalks.tv, and we will go back to our original topic which we were discussing on the digital transformation. Until now we have covered so many topics on digital transformation, starting from what is digital transformation, learning the basics, why it is required, what are the benefits, how we will start a digital transformation, what other organizations are doing, what are the challenges to digital transformation, how to overcome even these challenges, and how to win a digital transformation, what is for me as an employee or a user or a consumer, what's going to happen after the digital transformation, and what is the role of enterprise architects for digital transformation success, and how you will know that digital transformation is achieved, and continuation of these topics, and what is the human resources or human capital management role in digital transformation. All these topics are available on otechtalks.tv under podcast. The sessions start from session number 39 till 52 and even 53, and today we are in session number 54, where we are again back with the topic on the digital transformation, that how to make a business case of digital transformation, where I thought that okay, we have covered now the basics and number of other areas. Now let's go back and then work on if I'm a very fresh and I just joined an organization from another company or whatever you assume as a case study, and then you got to work on it to build a digital transformation business case. And if we assume that you need to build a business case, then we need to understand the basics of that. And today, no need to put efforts to describe on the benefits of digital transformation. This is what I feel. It is clearly understood that digital transformation is not only a strategic opportunity, it's a matter of survival for almost all the organizations, the way industry is going on. And digital transformation strategy is at the core of every leading organization, with major business decisions are being made based on the data and transformational technology trends, how these emerging technologies are impacting our world and the business. So all these are the business decisions being made on these trends. And if we will recap the fundamentals of digital transformation were covered in our earlier post, which was the podcast session number 39, and you can go to otechtalks.tv and you will find out this session. Now, everyone is understanding the clear benefits of digital transformation, and still there are business leaders who are wondering how to build a solid digital transformation business case which can be presented to the board with confidence and get the green light to it. While working with a number of organizations on digital transformation move in my professional and personal capacity, I'm still seeing that the basics are not set properly. A transformation is being kept on the side table, and there is no as such urgency to bring it to the spotlight. Still, senior leadership is facing the foremost challenge: how to build the business case for digital transformation. To cover this one, that shouldn't be a question, but still this is the reality. That's why we thought this podcast, the fundamentals, like a beginner's guide. Now, transformational change is not just how can we do, or what we do better, or what we do cheaper, or even we do something different or new, it's about asking a very vital or basic question: why we have to do and what we do at all. A great business case does not guarantee success. However, it's a very basic place to start. The business goals need to be clear so that digital journey can be envisioned. This leads to understanding what is driving the change or why to go for this change. Is it the customer that are the core catalyst for change, or your employees, or your competitors? So we need to get into the bottom, or that okay, who are the catalysts or who are behind these changes which are enforcing business. The answer to this question is the first point for understanding the influence digital could have on achieving your business strategy and measuring success. Why you are doing this will make sure you get your priorities right. Are you transforming the whole organization or just a division of it? Are you dealing with a single processes or a customer experience? What effect will transformation have on the employee's requirements? Now, if we go and read some industry and practitioners, the right business case which articulates the strategic need and strategic outcomes and determines the strategic benefits versus indicative cost covers comprises of 2 points. Outline digital transformation scope, where initial scope of digital transformation can be determined from early exploration of potential areas for change. Second, keep scope as broad as possible to enable truly digital transformational thinking during envisioning. The first step is to identify the value matrix, which will showcase the value transformation project will bring to the business. Evidently, it's important to state the financial benefits of transformation project in your business case, but that will usually take some time to come to achievement. Therefore, while preparing the business case, you'll have a long-term strategy, but keep also focus on to show the short-term benefits. So if we go to the basics, that what are the key pillars or a transformation framework or sample questions you need to ask yourself in your business? Those are comprising on the 4 key areas or stages. Digital strategy, where your business should be going. Business model, what your business does. Enablers, what drives your transformation. 4, orchestration, how you manage change along the way. So if we go in details from one by one, that is digital strategy, where your business should go. Now the key questions for yourself and which are the key or become a part of your business case. Do you know what digital activities are underway across the enterprise? In your enterprise even. What will your industry look like in 5, 10 and 20 years? How will you play and win in digital future? How will you make progress without being certain of the end game? So these are some questions. And if we go into the business model, what is the raw customer need you are serving? How you imagined a 6-star offering in a 5-star world? How will you make money? Are your operations keeping up with the digital? These are the questions for your business model. And then as an enabler, the third point to the moving from whatever you're doing to transformation enterprise. Are you clear about data you need, not just to data you have? That will enable you. How high is technology on your CEO's agenda? Is your talent and culture a source of digital advantage? Does your operating model accelerate digital progress? And the fourth point is orchestration, where are you getting past experiments at the margin towards the business you want to become? How do you sequence and measure progress of digital actions? Are you building a sponsorship spine for digital? How will you fund digital bets? What role will you play in developing the digital commons? So all these are the leading questions which will enable. And if you go in more detail to the strategy of building a digital strategy, then there are very, very important to make progress is in an uncertain environment. We need to building a business case that sometimes it happens that in an organization you're doing a lot of other initiatives which need to be correlate to put together and then build a business case. Now, while building a business case, there are patterns which you need to keep in mind, which World Economic Forum called as 8 early stage failure patterns. And if I will mention those quickly. 1, planning to plan, heavy on enablers, unclear business values. We may more focus on IoT rather than what is the business value is going to bring it. Or more focus on the blockchain as a technology rather than focus on the use case. 2, pure experimentation, heavy on business applications, lacking enablers to scale. 3, blind spots, underinvestments in specific areas. Scattershot, lots of smaller investments with no coherent strategy. This can be a division-wise or department-wise, that everyone is doing their own work. Nearsighted, investments weighted to the short term. There's no future roadmap. 6, far-sighted, investments weighted to the long term. 7, big brother, excessive centralization, lack of business ownership. Islands, high decentralization, duplication of investments. These are the 8 early stage failures or patterns. Some companies find they are investing too much in enablers and not enough in developing a new business model. For example, planning to plan. Others come to recognize that the scattershot approach lacks coherent focus, possibly resulting in overlapping investments. Frequently, an inventory reveals that not enough thought has been given to scaling digital initiatives, pure experimentation, but also highlights fruitful activity to build on. So these are the points which you need to keep in mind while you're building the business case. Now, as we understand, we need to strategic business case will be used as an input to vision, future predicting model, outline business model case for digital transformation. And then we can divide that any investment which we are building for case for digital transformation are made to create a new efficiencies, enhance customer experiences, and build new business models. So these are, if we correlate these investment drivers with to enable bottom line efficiencies, that's mean new efficiencies, or maybe enable top line growth where customer experiences and outcomes and new business models. And then you can go in more detail, what are the key investment areas, what is the enabling technologies, then complexities, how complex it is. So these are all inputs will be part of your business case for digital transformation. It could be, for example, if we say new efficiencies, automation of entire value chain from decision making to operations. Efficient use of resources such as time, energy, raw material, and assets. Initial specific efficiency objectives with potential to expand to new business models and customer experiences. Now, if we go into enabling technologies, it can be IoT and robotics to automate processes and collect data, or a combination of big data analytics, AI, and digital platforms to analyze data to identify incremental efficiencies. And complexity could be typically low complexity, similar to traditional CapEx investments, relatively clear business case. So this is the way we need to go ahead and then put some of the elements of context to building the business case. Now, there are a number of industry frameworks are available to help out for building the business case for digital transformation. You can build your own framework, or even we can leverage a popular technology model to frame digital transformation. That's IDC third platform, and then Gartner Nexus of Forces concepts showcase a model that groups cloud, social media, marketing, analytics, big data, IoT, and then blockchain all to put together. And then these models will help to build your framework for innovation. And then if we go in a further detail, that which the 8-step process to developing a business case for digital transformation. That's the summary of our conclusion of our today's podcast. I mean, there are huge data information available on the internet. You can go and search and find out the way you want it, from Gartner to IDC to World Economic Forum to Deloitte. And I've spent a considerable time to identify different frameworks and data elements are the guidelines available. And if we summarize the 8-step process to develop a business case for digital transformation, that is, determine approach. You need to start from determining an approach, desired outcomes or structure, what we want it. And that will lead into point 2, which is develop assumptions. So what will be the scope, what will be the predictions, how I can simplify, how can I put a clarity onto that while developing an assumptions. Third is determine benefits. What will be my revenue uplift, cost reduction, or even increase capital efficiency, bottom line, top line, growth, and all that those need to put together. 4 is determine costs, operation expenses, capital expenditures, what it will cost me, this digital transformation project or program or business case. 5 is calculating the financial impact on my business or my organization. Is there any cash flows, NPV, IRR, payback? All these are different terms you can find out on the internet to find out the financial impact on my business. 6 is perform sensitivity and risk analysis. Maybe this need to go and we need to go back and change the assumptions. A risk of not achieving targets. And we have seen that in some of the industry analysts surveys that even the progress or the achievements on the digital transformation programs is not very healthy. So all these risk analysis need to be done and put as part of the business case. 7 is determine non-financial impact. Apart from financials, how it's going to improve my customer experience or employee experience or even the consumer or even the business or even in my operational efficiencies. So maybe it need to be a decision metrics or qualitative descriptions, how I'm going to achieve or what is going to come in my plate. And then number 8 is the summarize findings. We have to conclude it and then recommend it. Based on this one, then you will be able to find and then put together a case which will help to achieve on digital transformation strategies and even put together a business case. Now, if we go in a more shorter term or maybe concise concising the information, then we can see these 8 principles need to put together and then come up with the right business case for your digital transformation, which later on you can put forward to your board or your directors or senior leadership team. Thank you so much for listening this podcast, and please keep sharing your feedback on the social channels otechtalks.tv, or reach out to me directly on kashif@otechtalks.tv. And we would love to hear your feedback, inputs, how to improve, learn better, improve it. And then we will discuss in our next podcast some of the new topics in the industry or maybe on digital transformation. Have a blessed life. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to the OTech Talks podcast, and be part of Tech Talks at otechtalks.tv. It's a turf to share ideas, insights, and innovations.